Okay, that's quite enough self-promotion for one day. All right, so what's our current state? We have, I need to decide if that's too small or not. Open now. We have a storage counter. We've also got ads starting in a minute. And we have our new inventory counter. Might make that pop up on a keyboard, on a hotkey at some point, rather than just always be present. And we should be able to make um, stone blocks appear on our menu. And we can. All right, good. We also need to solve the bug of bug uh, character only ever harvests 9 out of 10 uh, stone. All right. Those are them ads there. Just pause for a sec. Get some more caffeine on board. Okay. Now, what is the deal with this 9 out of 10 business? Gathering. We know that the node has 10 because we spawn it that way. We look at map. Fill tile map. Where's the one that spawns the stone nodes? There we go. If stone nodes contains tile pods, blah blah blah. Spawn tile bundle. For pods and stone nodes, yeah, quantity 10. So it should absolutely have 10 stones in each node. So why are we only getting 9? This function has too many arguments. Yeah, no kidding. Have to consolidate that at some point. So when we despawn the node, I wonder if we're doing that final transfer of the last little point to the inventory. Because if we look at the log, remaining 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, despawn. Yeah. Hey, zombie, how you doing? We have the capacity, extract a chunk, remaining no quantity. I wonder if it's making a mistake of figuring out the resource capacity. Resource capacity should also be 10. Despawn the node if we can't gather anymore. If node quantity minus gather chunk size is less than gather chunk size. What is gather chunk size? 1. All right. Makes sense. Wait a minute. Is that, what's the order of preference in Rust? I assume if I do this, the LSP will tell me I don't have to. No? Interesting. I wonder if it's as simple as that. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope, still only got 9 of them. Damn it. All right, so that wasn't necessary. So we're despawning their node quantity is less than gather chunk. Node quantity minus gather chunk size is less than gather chunk size. So what is that actually? I wonder if I can debug to this point and get away with it. Haven't tried this much recently. Go main, Rust debuggables. See if we can hit that breakpoint. Why are you paused at the start? I did not ask you to. Oh, I know why. It's because we haven't moved the assets across. Terminate, no. Rust LSP. Terminate, no. Stop. I have forgotten how to do that. What's my binding? My binding is DT. There we go. Sweet. So I need to copy assets, into target, debug. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, let's try that again. Oh no, not from there. I need to have a shortcut that means I always execute the debug from this file. It seems to get confused otherwise. Okay. So we gather, see if we can hit this breakpoint. Nice. Now the question is, can we inspect any of this shit? Node quantity, node entity, resource capacity, variable not available. Well, that's annoying. Node quantity. Maybe I should have set breakpoint somewhere else. Destination, inventory, stats, topos, order, destination pos. I see node. Okay. Hang on. I have to do this. How do I open how do I open those keyboard wise? That's a good question. Modifiable is off, as it well should be. DAP, UI, shortcuts, bindings, controls. How do I get the value? Can't use the mouse, obviously. Oh, yes, I can. I definitely need to figure out the keyboard shortcut for that one. Quantity is definitely still 1. All right. So if quantity is 1 and node quantity minus gather chunk size, we know gather chunk size is 1. Oh, I see. Okay, so 1 minus 1 is 0, which is definitely less than 1. Math, you gotta love it. All right, fair enough. So that's obviously a broken piece of logic. Um, what's up? I am. Show me. I'm trying to understand why, when every gathering node has 10 in it, we only ever collect 9. And I've just discovered why. It's because this is broken. Um, so what does it actually need to be? Let's get out of here. which is leader dt, and we'll clear that breakpoint. It's good to know we can debug into it. I just need to learn how to use DAP UI better. So we need to despawn the node if we can't gather anymore. But this logic is incorrect. So node quantity in that instance is 1, as in this one remaining. Gather chunk size is 1, as in we want to gather 1. But node quantity minus gather chunk size is going to be 0, which is less than 1. So instead what we need is a qualifier. Or we just need to transfer the chunk to the inventory first. It would be better if it waited another tick to do it. Because we're preemptively despawning the node. How do I do that? Maybe make an else block on the so that we either gather or actually really all we need to do is we don't want to if we put the chunk into the inventory here, we'll auto gather 2 chunks at once, which is not what we want. My brain is not functioning yet. Wipe more caffeine. I think that has to be an else block. But that could also execute. How do we determine if it's got enough for us to harvest in the first place? If gathering a chunk would overfill the resource capacity we can't gather, we have the capacity. Do we ever determine if the node has the capacity? I don't know if we do. So why don't we turn this logic around? If node quantity is greater than gather chunk size, or actually greater than or equal to, we have the capacity and so does the node. Then we can use else. Yeah, I think it needs to be something like that. Hey, Huizen, how you doing? That seems a little more sensible. I am okay. I am trying to fix a bug where um, all of our gathering nodes have 10 in them, and we're only gathering 9. So let's see if we solve that issue. So if node quantity is greater than equal to gathering chunk size, yes. We're just assuming that gather chunk size is going to be the same for all things that might ever gather, but that's okay. This is supposed to be a simple game. It isn't turning out that way. Okay, so 7, 6, 5. We want this number to be 10. Hey, that's more like it. Okay, that was easier than I thought. Oh, interesting. So it went back and only then. That's not quite right. So it went back to the node to despawn it, but there was nothing left in it. So because we gathered it one more time, yeah, that's not right. All right, it's close. We just need one more check in there. Um, yeah, yeah, we're gonna have to put something probably in here. I just don't want to duplicate the logic if I don't need to. Um, but yes, you're correct. So, whoa, why is Copilot trying to write comments for me? Stop that. Stop. Bad. No. Um, so instead of using else to determine that, we're going to do if node quantity, we use our original check, I guess, minus gather chunk size. I wish Unreal Engine 5 would make nodes for me. Yeah, I wish the non-existent gathering resources facility in Bevy would make nodes for me too. Is less than gather chunk size. So we'll put this all in here. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So originally node quantity has to be greater than or equal to gather chunk size, which is fine. But after it's been adjusted, we check to see if, okay, in the example, if one is remaining and, oh no, hang on, we have to be careful not to repeat the same bug. If one is remaining and we subtract one, that will be, yeah, that's bad. That's a bad idea. That will recreate the bug. We could just do less than or equal to 0, but we also want to despawn it if there's like a fraction left. Um, so I still need to compare it to gather chunk size. Um, Hmm. What we're trying to predict is what happens when we. I think we'll just go with less than or equal to 0. I'm not wild about that. Um, what am I missing? If I do less than gather chunk size, it'll despawn if there's still one remaining, which is not what we want. So I need. Oh, I'm overthinking this. Duh. That's what we want. Takes me a while to get going in the mornings. Okay, that in theory should work. In practice, we'll see. Okay, so gather, 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 store, store. You can choose where you want to store. You store anywhere you like, buddy. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It takes me a while to get going too. Almost 3 decades in, I'm still waiting to get going. Yes, I concur. Okay, that seems to be behaving itself. We have 20, and we should collect 10. Nice. Okay, good. All right, and does the same, I assume the same works in reverse. Yep, picked up 10. Should get a stone block in the inventory. Yep, run out of resources. Uh, craft another one. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work. Now we got some ads happening. Sorry about that. Wait, not almost over. Crap, I was thinking dozen, not decade. Yes. Okay, little buddy, you can go away. Probably get rid of these debug statements. Okay, that means we can commit. Only changes to gathering. I need to get rid of all this crap in my directories. Fix gathering despawn node logic. Cool. And that means we get to check off the first thing on our list. Gotta love the list checking. Character only ever harvests 9 out of 10 stone. Checking off the lists. It's super exciting over here at Bevy Stream. Um, okay. Assign a texture to each character so their inventory displays with their disembodied head. Okay, so that is. Ah, mixed sauce. Thank you for the rate of 3. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. How was the stream? Yeah, they're hanging out, watching me do extremely exciting things with lists. Okay. Oh yeah, the VR stuff. How's that going? So what we're trying to do is get this little head, but that's hard coded at the moment, so it'll always appear with the same head. So we need a way to store the texture or a reference to the texture um, on each character as they spawn, so that there'll be columns of like inventory when you pop up the inventory. VR is friggin' awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. I only discovered the shout out because someone told me how to do it. But yes, I think you can also just like click on them. Maybe not quite sure about that one. Um, yeah. So what VR thingy do you have? I don't think thingy is the correct word. Headset, goggles, whatever they're called. It's not one of those Apple things, is it? Because that's just way too flash. Oculus Quest 2 thingy. Excellent. If there's a command, then it can be automated. Yes. Yes, indeed. You are correct, sir. I have so many ideas for what I want to do regarding like automation and chat commands and things, but I really don't want to get distracted from actually doing the work. The whole idea was that I was going to release something. I bought it instead of a fridge 2 years ago, and I have no regrets. It doesn't keep things cold, presumably. Um, I my whole thing for this weekend was that I was going to get a demo out on April 1, um, and that's Monday. I don't I don't know if that's going to happen, but what I was thinking was I could just so that I hold true to my like goals, I could publish a playtest on itch maybe, and then just release that via Discord so that I can get people like even just loading it up and making sure that it works on different platforms and resolutions and so on. And that would at least keep me to the goal because I don't think this just it's everything is taking a long time. Um, but that's good. I mean, it's meant that I've been focused and getting shit done and learning a lot. So what's not to like? Okay, so the way we currently display the inventory texture is using uh, where is it? This little beast. Resource UI texture stone character head. But the point of this loop um, on this line is that we won't necessarily know ahead of time which character we're displaying it for. So we need a way to store this little enum on the character itself. Now, is that a component? Is the next question. No, it is not. Um, I wonder if I could store it in the character stats, maybe. So every character gets spawned with stats. because you got to have stats if you're a character. I mean, has anyone even played D&D? Stats. Stats resource type. Yeah. What is the type though? Aggro radius, attack range, attack rate, base damage, carrying capacity, cooldown, health, inventory, resource type, speed, target list. I don't really see any reason we couldn't just add. You only need one stat, damage. Defending is for the weak that can't kill everything. I mean, you've got a point, but I feel compelled to point out that you're writing a game that depends on blood covering the floor of your map. So I feel like your attitude might just be a little bit skewed in that regard. I'm just saying. I'm said with love. Um, okay, so what do I call it? Like RSTU for UI texture is resource UI texture. Yeah, and so then we could, oh yeah, I have a block and an invulnerability roll, but do you ever see me using them? No, because I'm not weak. Well, I just feel like, strategy gamers might have a different approach. Oh, it doesn't implement debug. Well, it should. Why doesn't it? Implement debug, please. Thank you. It's cold in here today. Okay, so missing UI texture. You're damn right we're missing it. UI texture. And it's going to be resource UI texture stone, because that's the name of the character. He's called Stone and he digs up stone. It's a very complex game. Um, Now, we need to display that in the inventory. So that should free us up. Here, we just need to retrieve stats in the query. So character inventory UI, character with inventory root. Where's my character query? Oh, here we go. Inventory. I'm on the right line. So I need stats. I don't need it to be mutable. I just need it. Stats. That means that 17 needs to change to this. And what generic argument? What's your problem? Oh, I see. Got to be a tuple. Got to use your tuples. That's not a euphemism for anything. Stats. And then line 27 becomes stats. What did I call it? UI texture as usize. Uh, yes, you're right. This is now a tuple. Use your tuple. It's just crazy enough to work. So we want a little head to appear. That's also not a euphemism for anything. Okay, appear. Uh-oh. Could not despawn, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that didn't work. Damn. Okay, what went wrong? Eyes dirty return, blah, blah, blah. The counters worked. This did not work. Oh, is it a reference, maybe? Nope. Hmm. Why did you not work? Interesting. You definitely need to be a U size. Yes. Hmm. I'm setting the texture correctly, I think. Let's see what's actually in stats. So, hey, let's debug again. You never know, it could work. Um, you never know. Can I debug into a closure? I think I can. Not much room for all the debugger UI once you turn the font size up this big, but never mind. Okay, so start gathering, and that should trigger it. Yep. Okay. Stats has UI texture, blah, blah, blah. Stone. Yeah, that is correct. Weird. Okay, so it's being set correctly, but it's not rendering. Hmm. Why? 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 So as soon as I replace it with the constant, it will, right? Otherwise, I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, no, it's completely broken. All right, well, that's slightly more reasonable then. I'm happy about that. All right, so I swear it was working before I. Oh man, when did it break? Oh, this is actually a little bit worse. When did it break? Interesting. And it also spawned. It spawned an icon for a resource type that the character wasn't carrying, which is not what we want. Um, okay, interesting. We don't do this anywhere else, do we? I'm not overriding it. All I'm doing is creating the root node there. Mm, yeah, I don't know, eh? Why has it stopped displaying? For resource type count and inventory resources. Okay, so actually I do kind of want to know what's in the inventory. So let's find that out. Because not only do we not get a character now, we have two things in the list. Okay, so stats, we don't really need stats right now. I need inventory. Uh, is dirty is true, which means we need to display the menu. Previous state should be empty, I hope. Oh, damn, debugging into hashes is annoying. What is that? Yeah, debugging into hashes is deeply annoying. Items. It's actually better to print them out than do this. Bugger. I have to figure that one out later. All right. What about the iterator? Nah. Okay. Too hard. So let's go. Let's just print it out. Yeah, but I also want to count. Yeah, give that a crack. What was it trying to despawn? Hmm, okay, so that's correct. But why are the two of them? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's displaying the head, but it's got the wrong texture index because they're all in the same texture atlas. Shit. That's supposed to be his head. It's just the wrong picture. Okay. Eventually, if you beat me over the head often enough, I get the idea. All right. So, does that mean that this is. Oh, it's because the resources are named similarly. Stone is the name of the character, but it's also the name of the resource, and that's not confusing at all. That's the one we wanted. That is the one we wanted. Naming is important, man. Naming is important. Okay, gather something. Should see a head. Yes, head. All right. This is now officially flexible and can be used for other characters. Sweet. Item done. Rolling through them today. What did I change there? Okay. Yep. Okay. Um, make portrait display dynamic on inventory. Push that. And yes, we can check another thing off the list. Assign a texture to each character so their inventory displays with their disembodied head. All right. Implement a system to speed up time during development. Okay. Now this is in reference to, whoa, what the hell was that? Lua? FZS Lua, FN selected through an error. Loop or previous error loading module markdown flow. Oh, do I need an update? I'll figure that out in a minute. Okay, so we're going to speed up time because waiting for harvesting and movement is annoying. So resmute time virtual, we're going to implement a system to control that. And that is a suggestion from someone who was watching the stream the other day. I want to say it was probably Lomix. So Bevy resmute time virtual. Time virtual can be used to pause, resume, slow down, and speed up a game. Nice. And I think they actually, in Bevy 13, they added a system to step through every action in turn, like step through each frame or each tick, which is very, very cool, but I haven't played with that yet. Okay, speed up time, speed up time. One moment, cooler. Okay. You need some virtual time in real life, not enough regular time for sleep. I know. I'm kind of stealing time from our garden and our cleaning up around the house. But let's get this done. Okay, virtual time related marker. Set up the example. Time set relative speed 2. Yeah, interesting. So what's the difference between these two? Transform from scale, sprite scale. Oh, it tags it with virtual time. Okay. I don't think we need to get that specific. We can just speed everything up. We got some ads. Hang out or grab a drink. And that's what I'm going to do. Time for the morning whiskey already? Well, yeah. But to be honest, I'm more of a bourbon guy. My partner bought me a bottle of rye from the US a long time ago, and I only recently finished it. Small quantities, small quantities, but it was delicious. 26 seconds. Need to get the little character to walk to the center of the screen and pause for ads. At the moment, he's just a GIF. I too enjoy rye. Goes great with my bacon and eggs in the morning. See, are we talking toast or the liquor? Okay, so move sprites using virtual time. Transform and sprite query roughly half the screen in a virtual second. So what is the difference here? The default time is either time virtual in regular systems or time fixed in fixed time step systems. How have we set this up in the systems? Oh, I see. Run if on real timer. On timer, run condition uses virtual time, meaning it's scaled. On real timer, would result in the UI updating at different intervals based on time virtual relative speed. Oh, this is complicated. My brain hurts. Change time speed 1. Run if input just crest. Oh, okay. Well, that certainly helps. We might use plus and minus or something like that. Wonder if I can do that even if I'm using Leaf-Wing Input Manager. Yes. This would be in input. Oh, hang on. These are actual systems I need to implement. Change time speed. I see. This may be all I need to do. And when are they running that on update? Presumably. Yeah, update. Run if. Add systems. Update. Oh, I suppose in theory I could put this in controls and do it that way. Do we have a controls? Actually, no. Only in the other files. You know what? Let's just do it this way, and we will figure out the complexities later. How many parentheses are we in? Okay. Um, input just pressed. Not found in the scope. Um, is that something I imported as well? Oh, that's from Bevy. I'd much rather use Leafling Input Manager if we're going to do that. where have I, you know what? Let's do this the proper way. We're trying to fudge it and it's not working. Let's go, what are the other input modules? Oh, that's it for now. Okay, let's create input time. And mod time, use time, use create, input time plugin, which doesn't exist yet. Oh, wait a minute. No, I think that's okay. Let's rip all this out. Just conduct a little bit of surgical intervention here. And then we will make the plugin. So pub struct time plugin implementation. What is it? Plugin, right? Yeah. Next Copilot, you're a pal. One of these days, I'm going to have to conduct an intervention for how many times I use the up and down keys in Vim when I'm not supposed to. Function build. And we'll grab Bevy. Prelude. Everything. And we'll grab Leapwing Input Manager. Prelude. Everything. App. Add systems. Okay. And then we'll go init and controls. So start init. Run if run once. Add systems. Controls. Run if in-state game state playing. Copilot knows what I like. Which means we need to import game state. And controls doesn't exist yet. Getting there. Start, isn't it? Is it start up? It's start up. Function chain time speed is never used. Yeah, fair enough. So let's look at how we initialize with leaf wing again, because it's been a minute. Like this. In theory, we could just add it to the actions that do things like zoom the camera and stuff, but let's just try and keep everything separate. View commands. Yes, you're right. I haven't tagged it with anything. Do I need to? Probably not. And we need our action. So we'll use that as a guide. And we'll call it time action, I guess. And they will be speed up and slow down and potentially return to normal, but let's just one thing at a time. Okay, how are we doing? Uh, time action. Time action. Speed up. Key code. Key. Is it called key plus? But it's not. No. That would be a keyword. That would not work. What about this? No variant key plus. Wonder what it's called. Add. Nope. Numpad add. But what if it's not the numpad? I think it's just keyboard plus. All right, let's try numpad add and see if it's right. And then this would therefore be minus or numpad minus. What if you want the numpad to do different things? Maybe you can't. Numpad subtract would obviously be, no? Ah, here we go. Slow down. Okay. We got rid of the errors. We got rid of the errors. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so we have keys bound. Good. Now we need controls and we need to copy the controls of others. This is interesting. I've never seen this format before where you can just use the generics to pass a 1 or a -1, which is an I8. It's cool. I like it. Um, so our controls. Just to remind myself of the syntax. If action state, right, so we query for the action state, which is in a resmute. No, it's not. It's in a mute action state action, or in this case, time action. Okay, so query, what did I say? And action state action. Okay. Yep, because, oh, wait. That's better. And that action state is action queue single mute. Oh, so it's got to be mutable. And if just pressed. Okay. Yeah, Copilot, you're not right, but thank you for the help. What did Copilot want to autocomplete? If action state just pressed, time action speed up. I mean, it's trying. That kind of makes sense. So it's transposing what we had in the original functions to these. I don't know about that else if. I guess you wouldn't want to press both at once. Let's try that. What errors does it give us? Right, we've got to unwrap. So do, do, do. Oh, we did Q single. Huh. Wait, what? Why are we doing it that way? Okay, so it doesn't actually have to be mutable, is what we're saying. Copilot was way righter than I thought. And now the argument is what? Time. I know, with this query. Change time speed, blah, blah, blah. What's the problem? Takes one argument. Oh, yeah, because we're not calling it from, right. We're not calling it from the section at the top, from build, where all those arguments would be passed in for us. So we've got to do that ourselves. So we need to go wait, what? Stop that. Mute time res mute time virtual. And I guess we'll be doing this. Except it'll have to be immutable, presumably. Maybe not, because it's already a mutable reference. Oh, really? Which, oh, okay, fair enough. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Question is, does it work? So what I expect to see, I'd expect to see the character moving faster and harvesting faster, I guess, if it applies to everything. If it doesn't, then I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, so start a harvest. Doesn't seem to have any effect on the tick. Seems to be moving back and forth at the normal speed. Okay. So does that mean that I am using a non-virtual time in my other operations and changing this doesn't have any effect? Let's look at the example again. Or am I just not triggering it because the plus key is different? Um, let's find that out. Speed up, slow down. May as well rule out the easy thing first. Yep, it's the easy thing. Damn. Okay, so the numpad controls are different to the keyboard controls, which you would expect, and I'm glad about that. I just don't know what the other key names are. Um, so I guess this one. What are my alternatives? Add is only numpad add. Huh. Plus? No. It wouldn't be bound like shift minus or something. Oh, equal? Because it is the equals key, right? Maybe, that's what it is. It's because on a regular keyboard you would only type. Um, so I bet it's something stupid like equal and hyphen, right? Or dash. What's the other key on a minus key? Underscore? Well, we know that equal is correct. So equal. And maybe it's just subtract. We got subtract, minus, minus. Okay. We got subtract on a keypad, but apparently we've got minus on a regular keyboard. That's not confusing. Okay, let's see if that has any effect. Bork, bork. And I still don't see anything at all. Damn. Why not? Oh, we are adding this plugin to the input, right? Oh, we got ads. Okay, so I need to go out into the world for a little bit. So we're going to find somebody to raid, and I will be back probably a little bit later on this afternoon for another stint. Let's see who we got. Who we got? Are any of you currently streaming? Scrolling through the list, scrolling through the list, scrolling through the list. I am going to raid Mordecai because he's awesome. Oh no, I'm totally sending you to Clonk. Clonk's stream is weird, man. You got to see this. Uh, he's doing crazy things with Emacs and the Terminal. I just have to spell the name right. Colonq. Okay, take it easy. See you later.